promises was to eliminate the Department of Education and send education back to the states. That's his quote. On Tuesday, Trump announced he planned.
Yeah, sorry about that. Um, just kind of had to find a video, and it's a topic that I want to talk to you guys about. So we live in a world and in a country, right, where the majority of people tend to give their power to a few people. That individuality that each and every single one of us has. That uniqueness that will not be replicated. It won't be replicated. And we tend to elect people, right, into office. We put these people in offices, right, because this is what we do. We live in a democracy, right, where people, and of course, people, the electoral college, obviously, we do know about that sort of stuff. But where people will actually go against their own interest, right? I've seen where the vast majority of people that are against abortion actually voted for Trump. Yeah. And a host of other issues, right? A host of other things in regards to that. Now, here we are, right? Here we are, post election. And there have been some cabinet selections that were just mind blowing. Honestly, remarkably mind blowing. I don't know how else to put it. I do not know how else to put it. I just can't understand for the life of me how you can allow people, right, that do not have the best interest of the country, right, and are not qualified to represent the country, and put them into positions of power when you're passing over so many other people that are more qualified and have the best interest not just of you but of the country, right? So are the people that are being elected, are they elected to serve the people, or selected, I should say? Are they being selected to serve the people of the United States, or are they being selected to serve the person that selects them, or the people behind the scenes that select them, right? I'd like to draw, you know what? Some of the times when I do go and I watch these movies, I like to draw some comparisons between the movies and real life. What's going on, the Boss 99? Big up yourself. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I go to some of these programs, some of these movies, right? The news program is right here, which we're going to pull up some references from the news programs as well, right? So, but we watch some of these movies, and a lot of times art imitates reality. What's your favorite game? Probably Grand Theft Auto. Probably FIFA 2, FC. I think Grand Theft Auto is really fun, right? But the thing is, my whole thing is, whenever you do play these things, guys, please understand that it's not real life, right? Understand that even with these movies, it's not real life, right? It's movies. However, sometimes art imitates reality, and which we're gonna kind of talk about these movies, right? So going to see the movie Gladiator, right? And when you kind of, when you kind of compare what's happening in real life with the movie Gladiator, it's like you tend to see what it is that's happening here, right? I know you guys, I don't know if you guys saw it, but you had one brother, like these two emperors, I guess they were brothers. One brother was just extremely emotional and just always ready, just he was just extremely emotional. Just put it mildly. But anyway, that one brother that was extremely emotional turned out to be a brother that could have been manipulated, right? I'm not going to get into too much details or anything like that. I'm not going to give you guys any, sort of tell you guys any, give you. I'm not going to talk about the movie before you guys actually get the opportunity to go and watch it, right? But as I'm there watching the movie, I'm looking at the movie and then I'm also sort of looking at what's happening in real life. And I'm seeing not only some of the cabinet selections, but I'm also seeing some of the things that I perceive to be happening behind the scenes, right? Can you say hi, Sophia? How you doing, Sophia? Welcome, Sophia. But again, some of the things that are going on behind the scenes, right? So, in particular, when I think of somebody that's so highly emotional that they could be really manipulated and control, I think of the leader of all of this stuff, right? And Denzel Washington's character, right? We're going to leave it a little bit cryptic, but maybe, kind of put some thought into it. Who do you think Denzel's character represents in real life, right? We'll get back to that. But for now, we're going to explore some of the picks, right? Some of the people that were picked to represent Trump in his cabinet. And of course, we all know that Gates actually ended up pulling out, deciding that, hey, all right, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm just going to go. Right. So, yeah, that's something that did happen. But at the same time, to select someone with this sort of history, it's absolutely mind blowing to me. Right. And then come to find out the whole situation with even Linda McMahon. Right. A lot of these things I did not know. I know Linda McMahon as the woman that was married to Vince McMahon. And also, I believe she served as a senator in Connecticut at one point. Not entirely sure. I don't quite remember what it was. But I do know that she had some sort of position in the government in Connecticut. But anyway, we're going to explore a little bit about what it is that kind of happened behind the scenes with Linda McMahon and who she is.
One of President-elect Donald Trump's campaign promises was to eliminate the Department of Education and send education back to the states. That's his quote. On Tuesday, Trump announced he plans to nominate Linda McMahon to spearhead that effort as education secretary. McMahon served as the head of the Small Business Administration during the former president's first term. As the founder and former CEO of WWE, she first became close with Trump in the early 2000s when he was the star of The Apprentice. McMahon's work in education includes serving about 1 year on Connecticut's Board of Education 15 years ago, and more than a decade serving on the Board of Trustees at Sacred Heart University in Connecticut. Beth Reinhardt joins me now. She's a political investigative reporter at The Washington Post. Beth, thank you for being with us. Can you tell us more about McMahon's background in education?
So she's not well known as an education policy person. She's never worked in the field. She did graduate with a
Not well known in the educational policy circle. Is that what she said? Let's rewind that a little bit.
She's never worked in the field. She did graduate with a teaching certificate, but then she got married young and went into the wrestling promotion business with her husband, Vince McMahon, and obviously built the WWE into a global empire. She did, as you said, serve on the Board of Education in Connecticut for about a year. Her position as chair of the America First Policy Institute over the last few years, that's a conservative think tank that helped lay the groundwork for another Trump administration. That group did promote conservative policy issues with regards to education. So she has had her hand in education that way. But it's a limited background in education, I think, compared to
Limited background in education. This is exactly what it is that we're talking about. A lot of these people they don't really have any experience, but then they're leading people that have been doing this for generations upon generations. How can you lead a department that you're not familiar with, that you don't really know anything about? You didn't go through you didn't go through the grind. You didn't work your way out through the ranks.
past nominees.
Should McMahon be nominated and confirmed, what would being secretary of a department the president wants to shut down look like? Keeping in mind, in order to do so, he would need congressional approval, at least 60 votes in the Senate.
It's definitely a heavy lift, considering that congressional action is required. But, Linda McMahon has proven herself to be a Trump loyalist. They've known each other for decades. She's donated tens of millions to his campaigns. She and her husband donated $5 million to his foundation when that was operational. And so he's chosen someone who has proven herself to stick by him, through thick and thin, and also served in his last cabinet. So I think that that quality of loyalty and having known her for many decades is important to the president-elect.
What can you tell us about maybe what kind of education reforms she would stand for?
I think we're going to need to wait and see, because, as I said before, this hasn't really been her wheelhouse. But if you look at where the American First Policy Institute has been on these issues, it's a lot of the issues that we've been hearing from conservative in recent years, wanting to give parents more control over their children's education, more input on what is happening in the classroom. They support taxpayer-funded vouchers for private schools, which has been a long-held goal of the conservative movement. The group is resistant to what we're seeing in terms of gender identity and sexual orientation, whether those topics are going to be, taught in the classroom. That's been a big issue in the public schools, and her think tank has been definitely opposed to those kind of instructions.
I do want to ask you before we let you go, McMahon is also the subject of a lawsuit involving claims on the mistreatment of WWE workers. What can you tell us?
Yes, she and her husband were recently named in a lawsuit brought by 5 anonymous plaintiffs who worked decades ago as what were called ring boys. These were young teenagers who were enthralled by WWE and just wanted to get up close to the events and would help set up the rings. And they alleged that over the years, 3 other high-ranking WWE officials sexually harassed them, molested them, and that they claim the McMahons were aware of this and didn't do enough to stop it. These claims have been circulating for a long time. No one has ever been criminally charged in the matter. The FBI at one point did look into this, but no one at the time came forward according to their investigation.
Okay. Beth Reinhardt, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Wow. Stellar pick. Stellar pick. Who was a YouTuber you used to watch? A YouTuber that I used to watch, Robbie Lyle, AFTV. Used to watch AFTV. I kind of still am into sports a little bit, but not that much. Not how I really used to be. But yeah, that's one YouTuber. Who else can I say? Maybe like the football terrorists. Mainly, honestly, like things but mainly AFTV and like DR Sports. It's kind of like the 2 things that I really used to watch on YouTube, like regularly. I think AFTV, yeah, it's probably the YouTube page that I've watched more than any other YouTube page. Because I was an Arsenal fan. Well, I still am, but I can't. These referees, man. These referees and the things that they're doing to destroy the game. Although I did somewhat vaguely sort of watch the second half of the last part of the first half and the second half of the game today. But yeah, pretty much him or Robbie Lyle, those guys, lead judges, like, football content. And to be fair, I would send a lot of super chats, and I would also sort of troll some of the football fans as well on other channels as well. But yeah, that's one of those things. I can't. Nothing else really comes to mind. Various other things, because I do probably not probably. I do watch YouTube more than anything else. If I'm honest with you, if I'm watching something, it's probably watching it on YouTube. I don't know why. Never really been a cable person, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm probably watching it on YouTube. But yeah, stellar pick, stellar pick. Don't you guys think? And by the way, I'm being very sarcastic. I'm gonna leave that right there. But these sort of accusations, I've heard these before, right? There's one guy by the name of Pat Patterson. I don't know. You guys look into that, right? He's been accused of a lot of things. I didn't know Pat Patterson was accused of these things when I was young. You kind of just thought of these people as just people that were just on TV. These are just wrestlers or whatever it is. But then when a lot of these things kind of came to pass, that these are the things that these people have been accused of, and various like there was sort of a ring of them, and they were doing some very allegedly doing some very, very nasty things to young boys. And it's rather unfortunate that this is the pool of people that are being picked, right? You can't just sit by, right, while these things are going on, anybody, and not say anything about it, right? If this is something that's going on around you, you got to say something about it. You got to bring it to the attention of whomever, right, to stop it from happening. You have to. Even with the Diddy situation, right? Like this one young lady that's going around talking about how she saw little people at the Diddy party. Well, what did you do to stop it? And when you left, what did you do to kind of bring attention to that situation? Like, there's no excuses. If it's something that you don't comply with and you don't agree with, and it's something that you want to put a stop to, don't wait until the ship starts going down for you to be like, hey, yeah, see, I knew it. I remember when this and this happened. So now people are going to kind of look into it a little bit and kind of think to themselves, well, you were there when it happened. What did you do to stop it? Well, you were there when it happened. Did you participate in it? Well, you were there when it happened. Are you just saying this so that you can kind of just sidestep some responsibility from the situation? How you doing, Shireen? Welcome. How you doing? Hi. Right? So it's one of those things, and it is rather unfortunate that there's so many Americans that are more than qualified to represent the country in some of these cabinets, and they're just being overlooked. They're not even being considered. So many Americans. You don't just have to pick from the same race of people. You could pick from diverse groups of different types of people as well. I'm sorry, Sherry Ann. My apologies. Sherry Ann. Sherry Ann. Welcome, Sherry Ann. Sorry about that. But yeah, you could pick from a diverse group of people, right? You can pick, from people. There's plenty of people that are diverse that have the country's best interest, that do care about the country, that do want what's best for America. There's plenty of people that are more qualified than the people that you're selecting. You don't select a Fox News anchor, people that are accused of SA, sort of like you as well, right? You don't do that sort of stuff, right? Now, these things were just accusations, but it has some merit to it if upon the threats of the files being released, he decided, you know what? I'm just going to resign, and I'm not going to go back into what I was doing before either. Some of it holds some weight, right? Some of it does hold some weight. And there was this one guy, as a matter of fact, I actually was just watching this. This is crazy. Hold on. Hold on. What's that? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on. No, this ain't it. This ain't it. That's not it. I think this is it. This could be it, but this is long. This is a long.
Top story is this new women's rights ruling out of Wyoming. A judge blocking a right-wing measure that tried to prevent women from using medication to terminate a pregnancy, one of the more far-reaching efforts to restrict all types of abortion there. The judge finding the ban violates women's fundamental.
Young women the burden of testifying publicly on worldwide television against Matt Gaetz at his Senate Judiciary Committee confirmation hearing. Their testimony is already available to the Senate Judiciary Committee because they testified for several hours to the House Ethics Committee, which has written a full report of their testimony that includes just how much money Matt Gaetz paid them for sex, just how many thousands of dollars he paid each one of them. And that House Ethics Committee report includes eyewitness testimony of Matt Gaetz having sex with a 17-year-old girl in the state of Florida where the age of consent is 18 years.
Where the age of consent is 18 years old. Where the age of consent is 18 years old. And this was the guy that they were trying to select to be the Attorney General of the United States. The Attorney General. And if not for the outrage from independent media, right? Guys over there at Midas Touch, Adam Mockler, various other YouTubers, right? Myself, speaking about these things and bringing attention and awareness to these things. Because there's so many other people that are qualified. So many other people that are qualified. Why don't you go with one of them?
And when you hear what our first guest has to say tonight, you will understand why I now, as of tonight, firmly believe that Matt Gaetz cannot possibly survive a Senate confirmation hearing. Matt Gaetz will not be confirmed, cannot be confirmed in the United States Senate. Matt Gaetz cannot survive the testimony that already exists against him from the young women he paid to have sex with at parties, and no one can help him now. Not even his new cheerleader, Elon Musk. And that's why it's important to know that today, Elon Musk lost again. Elon Musk's...
This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say about this situation right here, man. Let the young women grow up. Let them grow up and make a decision for themselves. Let them grow up and develop in their mind. Right? And then let them be the one that choose as well. Let them be the one that choose. These allegations, these are damning. If you have sisters, if you have a daughter, right? Would you then trust that they were trying to nominate to become the Attorney General? Would you have trusted them around this guy? Ask yourself that question. I know the truth. The truth kind of hurts a little bit, but it's okay. We're all grown. We're big people here. The truth kind of hurts a little bit. I get it. I do. Right? But listen to what it is that he's saying. So while on our side we kind of look at it and we say, well, you know, these are allegations. Well, he was kind of paying There was money being exchanged, like in the thousands of dollars being exchanged. Not even exchanged, I'm sorry. Being paid. He's going to go into details. Hold on.
Dramatic public failures as a lobbyist continue while Donald Trump continues to take Musk with him everywhere he goes. The same way that President Franklin Delano Roosevelt always took.
I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Sherry Ann says they prey on those women because they like complete control with no opposition. And he probably has a little smell Freemason all over that guy. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I know exactly what that is, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for not actually spelling it out. I do appreciate that. But I do believe that a lot of these people may sort of be under that organization. I can't confirm it, but I've heard these things through the grapevine and I've read books. I can't confirm that this guy in particular is. But yeah, there are a lot of these people who are a part of that fraternity, so to speak. But yeah, as a matter of fact, to keep it to keep it transparent, I actually know somebody who is a Freemason. Well, we're no longer like friends like we used to be, but it's still one of those things where it's like the older you sort of, when you kind of grow up or whatever it is, and things sort of happen in the past, it's like a lot of times it's like, what, it is what it is. That's in the past. You forgive, you forget, you move on. There's no hatred between him and I. It's just, well, on my side anyway, I could speak for me, right? But it's just one of those things. And yeah, again, no hatred on my side. I've forgiven people for the things that have happened in the past because you just can't hold on to these things. But for the most part, I could say that I knew him before he became a Freemason. And then I saw the transition of him actually becoming a Freemason. But yeah, and there's been times when people have approached me about it, but I'm not going to be joining anything that I don't know anything about. It's just not my sort of thing. But yeah, whenever you do ask these people questions, it's like they pretend as if they don't know what's going on, right? And I've met a few Freemasons in my life, but yeah, it could be. I don't know. I don't know what goes on behind those doors. I don't know what they do behind what they talk about and all of that, those sorts of things. But you could be absolutely right about that, Sherry Ann. Thank you so much for sharing. I do appreciate that.
His little puppy dog with him everywhere he went. But Elon Musk, like Donald Trump's children before him, is learning the hard way that being at Donald Trump's side doesn't mean he's listening to you. Today's big public loss for Elon Musk was Donald Trump's selection of Howard Lutnick as the next Secretary of Commerce. The loss for Elon Musk in that is that he was publicly lobbying through social media posts in favor of Howard Lutnick getting a different job. He wanted him to get Secretary of the Treasury. But Elon Musk lost. And now his candidate is not going to get Treasury Secretary. Elon Musk will not have the Treasury Secretary that he wanted. Donald Trump hasn't chosen the Treasury Secretary yet. The Treasury Secretary could be hugely important to Elon Musk's fortune in Bitcoin. Elon Musk clearly wants a Treasury Secretary who will do whatever he can to make Bitcoin even more profitable for Elon Musk. And so Elon Musk lobbied Donald Trump, both publicly and privately, urging him to...
So I don't know the reasons why, this could be true. I don't know, right? I can neither confirm nor deny what it is that he's saying about Elon Musk. But for a guy who's already so goddamn rich, I remember asking this question live on stream. What do you even do with $300 billion? What do you even do with it? What is there to do? What do you buy? What do you buy? What do you buy with $300 billion? What do you buy? And where do you get it? Do you buy your way into the White House? Do you buy your way into selecting cabinets? Do you buy your way into phone calls with world leaders sitting right next to the president? Are these the things that you buy with $300 billion? Do you buy influence over the government with $300 billion in order to make more profit with $300 billion? How many lifetimes does it take for you to spend $300 billion? What exactly is it that you're trying to achieve by hoarding this much money? Now, I'm not upset with people or upset with him because he wants to build and sustain wealth. My whole thing is this. With $300 billion, for someone who has the interest of other people in the world, with $300 billion, you put an end to hunger in the world. You put an end to the poverty in the United States. That's what you do with $300 billion. With $300 million, you go out there and you see people that aren't living in good conditions and you do something to help those people with $300 billion. Yeah? You do something to help those people with $300 billion. But everyone's not the same. It's just about power and money and power to the point where people don't even matter. It's just about money and power. And influence.
Howard Lutnick. And Donald Trump said, no. That is exactly how it's going to work when Elon Musk and his sidekick, Vivek Ramaswamy, who will play Robin to Musk's Batman, advise Donald Trump on what budget items the president should cut. Elon Musk will then discover that the president doesn't have the power to cut the budget. That power belongs exclusively to Congress. And Elon Musk will then...
Congress controls the purse, guys. Congress controls the purse. You have to understand that, right? Even when those stimulus checks were being sent out, they were being sent out by Congress, guys. Don't make no mistake about it. They were being sent out by Congress, okay? Congress controls the purse. Always remember that. Okay?
Have to lobby Congress to cut the budget. Elon Musk has promised to cut $2 trillion from the budget of the United States of America, and I have promised...
How? How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? Are you going to influence some people by doing that? Because as things stand, the Department of Government Efficiency is not a real department. It hasn't been approved by Congress. Or is it by the Senate? Or is it by Congress? It hasn't been approved. Okay? It has not been approved. I don't think it's going to be approved. So how exactly are you going to cut government spending by $2 trillion?
That will not happen. In fact, anyone who knows anything about the budget of the United States can promise you that that will not happen. It is highly doubtful that Elon Musk will be able to take credit for any budget cuts in the American government, even though Donald Trump has assigned him the title of a job that does not exist, the Director of the Department of Government Efficiency. And as I've reported here before, that job was described by Donald Trump as a purely advisory assignment in a fictional department that does not exist. And so that just makes Elon Musk another Washington lobbyist trying to get the Congress and the president to agree on budget cuts that he suggests. And in one of Musk's big defeats as a public lobbyist this season, one of his first big defeats, Elon Musk saw and felt what the Republicans in the United States Senate think of him after Elon Musk told them, ordered them to elect Florida Senator Rick Scott as the Republican Senate Majority Leader. Rick Scott came in last of three candidates in that election, and Republican senators ignored Elon Musk and voted for the longtime presumed heir apparent of Mitch McConnell, Senator John Thune of South Dakota. And those Republican senators cast those votes for John Thune after Elon Musk publicly said Republican Senator Thune is the top choice of Democrats. And today, lobbyist Elon Musk once again offered his full support for Matt Gaetz for Attorney General of the United States. And now you know that support means nothing in the United States Senate. Matt Gaetz's future is now completely up to Republicans in the United States Senate, who have already shown how willing they are to reject lobbying from Elon Musk, who today said this. As for these accusations against him,
Look, I don't know how things are going on behind the scenes. I don't know if these people are the best chess players in the world. I don't know if they're outwardly trying to appear to not be supporting or in support of some of these people that they're putting in front of our faces. And then behind the scenes is a different thing. I'm not entirely sure if that's what it is. But I can neither confirm nor deny that, people are willfully, not selecting these candidates that Elon Musk is suggesting.
Consider them worth less than nothing under our laws. A man is considered innocent until proven guilty. If A.G. Garland, an unprincipled douchebag, could have secured a conviction against Gaetz, he would have, but he knew he could not. Case closed. The only audience for that tweet is the United States Senate. And that is not the way Republican senators see federal criminal investigations of members of the House of Representatives for possible sex trafficking and possible criminal drug use. In the federal investigation Elon Musk refers to, Matt Gaetz's best friend, Joel Greenberg, pleaded guilty to 6 federal offenses: sex trafficking of a child, illegally producing a false identification document, aggravated identity theft, wire fraud, stalking, and conspiracy. Matt Gaetz's best friend, Joel Greenberg, is now serving a prison sentence of 11 years for those crimes. Not all cases of men.
Hold on. I'm going to run that back again, right? Because, again, this is the hypocrisy that we're talking about here. This is the hypocrisy that we're highlighting here, right? This was Matt Gaetz's best friend. Again, birds of a feather. Oh, they flock together. Oh, they flock together. Right? Have common interest. Oh, they're just like me. Oh, come on over here. Yeah? Come on over here. If these people are actually doing these things, then they should be sharing the same exact fate as P. Diddy. Whatever P. Diddy is going through right now, the people that are doing these things, this is exactly what should be happening to them as well. In a perfect world, this is what's happening to people that are doing these things. In a perfect world, these things are not happening. But in a perfect world, the people that are doing these things are having the same exact fate as one P. Diddy, who everybody's now calling the diddler. And parading all around, right? These people, look, Diddy's an entertainer. He's an entertainer. These people are the people that are leading the country. These people are the people that should be held to the highest standards. So put them all in the same bucket then. Your best friend? Not for nothing. I can't be around nobody that's doing stuff like this. Couldn't do it. Not to say that you know everything that people are doing in their private lives. You don't. But if I know that this is what it is that's going on, look, I'm protecting these. Children are to be protected. Nothing more. Well, protected, cared for, that sort of stuff. Right, you want to nurture children and elevate them to the highest level, get them to be the best versions of themselves. Yeah? What's here?
Aggravated identity theft, wire fraud, stalking, and conspiracy. Matt Gaetz' best friend, Joel Greenberg, is now serving a prison sentence of 11 years for those crimes. Not all cases of men paying for sex meet the federal criminal standard of proof for federal sex trafficking charges. And so, if Matt Gaetz escaped those federal charges, that does not mean that he did not, for example, commit statutory rape. And the Ethics Committee evidence in this case, as you will hear,
Are you hearing this?
in a moment, it is that while he was a member of Congress, Matt Gaetz, in the state of Florida, had sex with a 17-year-old girl in the state of Florida. The age of consent is 18. And so that incident may not be sex trafficking, but it does fit the age elements of statutory rape in Florida. In the under oath testimony that two young women gave to the House Ethics Committee, you will hear that when Matt Gaetz discovered the girl was 17 years old, he patiently stopped having sex with her until she turned 18. Elon Musk was there at the creation of the Gaetz for Attorney General campaign. Reports in the New York Times and elsewhere indicate that a plot was hatched on Donald.
You know the crazy thing about this, man? Look, I'm sure some of these people have some daughters. I'm sure a lot of these men have some women in their lives that they care about. Bro, if it's not good enough to be doing to the people that you care about, and even if you into that sort of stuff, bro, you can't put someone as the attorney general, nominate someone as the attorney general that's been accused of doing things like this. That is evidently on record, right? Paying the 17-year-old thousands of dollars. I forget the exact amount, but maybe he gets into it. I don't know.
People in Trump world most disconnected from reality: Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Matt Gaetz. The three of them thought Matt Gaetz for Attorney General was a brilliant idea. Reporting indicates the plot was hatched while Donald Trump's next White House chief of staff, the politically professional and astute Susie Wiles, was in another section of the plane. And now the New York Times is reporting that one of the geniuses who came up with the Gaetz for Attorney General idea now thinks he won't get confirmed. In his private conversations over the past few days, President-elect Donald J. Trump has admitted that his besieged choice for Attorney General Matt Gaetz has less than even odds of being confirmed by the Senate. So, on the same day that failed lobbyist Elon Musk goes all out in his public lobbying of the United States Senate for Matt Gaetz, Donald Trump allows it to be leaked to the...
I'm not going to call him a failed lobbyist, right? He played a pivotal role in getting Trump elected, campaigning with Trump, the things that happened over there in Pennsylvania. You guys look into that. So, yeah, I'm not going to exactly say, I'm not going to go as far as saying he failed at it, right? Because he did succeed at that. So, you know, we all know how we feel about it, but he did succeed at doing that. You know what I mean?
Times that Donald Trump doesn't think Gaetz is going to get confirmed. Which one of them do you think is right?
And good on the people that are not confirming Gaetz as well.
20th, Steve
Good on them as well.
Bannon, one of the president-elect's original supporters and favorite podcasters, will have a renewed sense of self and a greater sense of power. Ahead of that day, he's been telling everyone that will listen that he has promised nothing short of brutal revenge against, quote, deep state players who stand in Donald Trump's way. Andrew Rice of New York Magazine was one of the people Bannon spoke to shortly after he was released from prison. And what Bannon proclaimed was that America had rendered a decisive verdict and that they want Trump back. He claims that this happened by a complete remaking of the American electorate. According to Rice, quote, if Bannon had his way, a lot of Democrats, Republicans, turncoats, and denizens of the deep state would be headed to places like Danbury, the prison where Bannon spent the past 4 months. Those on his target list included President Biden, Hunter Biden, Attorney General Merrick Garland, January 6th prosecutor Jack Smith, Liz Cheney, Nancy Pelosi, New York Attorney General Tish James, and Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg.
For doing their job, might I add.
It made clear that the principal order of business was revenge, because these folks, quote, committed crimes, which he, of course, could not define. Joining me now to discuss
Doing their job, doing their job, doing their job, doing their job.
Andrew Rice of New York Magazine, the author of the article I just mentioned. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm going to start with this. Something I'm really, really committed to, and I've said this multiple times. I'm not going to spend the next 4 years talking about palace intrigue, right? Like I am concerned with the actual news and policy of what's going on here. So I want to start with this. Does Steve Bannon actually think he will be a part of this incoming administration? Because, look, jobs have been offered to every single reality TV show, Fox News host that's out there.
Reality TV show. Who might he be talking about? Who's the bro? Who are you talking about? Who's the reality TV show guy you're talking about? Who's the reality TV show guy you're talking about? I don't know. This is cryptic reasoning after all. I don't know who he's talking about, guys. Help me understand who's the reality TV show guy that he's talking about, and who's the Fox host guy is he talking about as well? Like who's the reality TV show guy? Who?
I haven't heard word that Steve Bannon will actually be getting a security clearance to walk into the White House like a lot of other people.
Well, Steve Bannon hasn't himself been offered jobs, but look who has been offered jobs. Matt Gaetz was the former co-host, fill-in co-host of the War Room. The War Room being his television and podcast that he does on a daily basis. People like.
Why don't you just accept what's happening and move on and think positive and make something good out of this? So you want me to accept? You want us to accept that these are the people that they're selecting to lead the country, to lead your future, right? Oh, just go back into a sleeping state, right? Just go back into a sleeping state. Go sleep it off and wake up. It'll be fine. Just go sleep. Don't make an attempt to do the right thing. Don't stand on what you believe in, or stand up for what it is that you believe in, and stand up for what it is that you feel is right. No, go run and hide. Go tuck yourself under the pillow. Look, it is what it is. It's not going to stop me from thinking positive. But if I can be the voice of reason, if I can be the voice that actually helps and pushes the country in a direction where we're closer to equality, where we get even closer to things being fair, right? Because we live in a time, guys, where you can't just be hiding stuff in your skeletons in a closet. That's not how, it's not in this generation. It's very difficult to hide these things behind closed doors, right? And now, while accusations don't always mean people are guilty, right? In a lot of these cases, with these accusations and with the evidence that you look at when you see these accusations, you arrive at a conclusion. After arriving at that conclusion, you think to yourself, well, with this evidence, and when you put these two things together, kind of really, in my mind, it seems as if this guy really did it, right? That's me thinking out loud. It seems as if this guy really did it. don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would. I don't think I would trust this guy to really, lead the country in this way. I don't think I would trust my dog around this guy. I don't think I would be able to trust, kids around this guy. So how can I back it? How can I stand behind that? You get what I'm saying? So this is the thing. This is why they campaign so much against wokeism. Oh, they're woke. They're woke. Oh, they're woke. Oh, they want equality. They're woke. Oh, they want things to be fair. They're woke. And they try to turn this woke into a bad term. You know why? Because they rather you be asleep. Wake your ass up. Wake up. Because they want you to sleep. Someone actually said it. I think it was Sherry Ann that said it earlier. She mentioned it, right? That she alluded to them wanting to take advantage of some of these young women, right? Because they want power. And they don't want the power to be challenged. This is what she said, and I agreed with her, right? It's the same when it comes to these voters and what comes to the American people. They want you to just accept the things that they do, regardless of how inhumane, despicable, nasty these things are. You should just accept it. No. Learn to say no. Where your backbone at, man? Learn to say no. Learn to stand up for what it is that you believe in. This is cryptic reasoning. Right? So, the vast majority of things that are happening here, and I love when people think for themselves, right? We're not going to insinuate anything. Well, kind of, but not really, right? Listen to some of what these people are saying, right? And then we'll arrive at our own conclusion. But we'll listen mostly to the facts, and then arrive at our own conclusion. We're not going to just take what it is that they're saying, because I showed you guys, hey, listen, when this guy was talking about Elon Musk and how he's a failed lobbyist, I gave an example of how he wasn't a failed lobbyist, because he actually was able to get Trump elected. He played a big part in getting Trump elected. Right? So I don't know if this is one of those things where they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes or whatever it is, but no. Not today. That one is not going to fly. Right? Because if not for Elon Musk, we would probably be sitting here thinking, oh man, we have the first female president. And I don't have an issue with that. I think that's a brilliant thing. I think that would be absolutely terrific. Right? I think the young women that are growing up in this country should be able to look up and think, hey, you know what? I could be whatever it is that I want to be. Look at what Kamala Harris did. The first female vice president as well, but more than qualified. Served in just about every branch of government. Went to Harvard. Talks about all her policies. And this crazy thing is this, right? A lot of the people that voted for this man, came out and 60% don't approve of, who is it? They don't approve of, I'm trying to word this right. Sorry about that. They don't approve of banning abortion. That's what was so difficult for me to say. Right? They don't approve of this. But they voted for the guy who is for it.
Of course, Epstein people like Kash Patel, others who are quite close to the president, frequently appeared on that show.
He says, hold on, Mama says Gates wasn't going to ever be the attorney general. It was to weed out the traitors in Congress. And it's exactly what happened. Oh, yeah, whatever. Whatever. No, whatever. Don't do that. No, Mama. Don't do that one. Do not do that one. Okay? I'm glad because this is, you see how loyal his supporters are? You see how his supporters will just go to bat to try to do anything to protect him? That wasn't no pump fake. They stood behind that guy. They all did. Well, everybody except, Congress and the Senate and the other Republicans and pretty much everybody except, Musk and a few people in the Republican Party and Trump. But everybody else is like, nah, we can't have that. You get me, bruv. Like that. Don't hit me with that one. That ain't gonna work tonight, mama. No, not today. Yo, hey, man, these MAGA supporters, man, sometimes they make me laugh. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Because no matter what it is that he does, he has a whole team of people that are here trying to defend him. Hold him accountable. You guys have seen me hold Joe Biden accountable. I sat up here, and this is why I could never support that sort of stuff. Because whoever it is that's in a position of leadership, they're going to be held accountable, regardless of what it is that it is. As much as I don't approve of Trump, when everybody was sitting up here saying that Trump was giving reparations to white people and this, that, and the third, I actually sat here and I listened to the speech for myself and I didn't hear it. And I came up here and I said, I don't hear where you said that. So this is not one of those things. We can't be playing by the same rules that they're playing by. We got to be the ones that have dignity. We got to be the ones that stand up for the truth. So I'm not going to try to frame somebody or put something on their name that doesn't exist. No. What's the truth? Right? What exactly is the truth? So regardless of how I feel about him, no, I can't run that. I can't run that narrative. That narrative, I didn't hear that. And I want to get up here and cap to y'all. I really don't. I don't want to get up here and cap to you guys. I want to keep it real. I want to keep it as truthful as I possibly can. And I want us to get to the bottom of this. Yeah? Make sure you guys are liking the video and subscribing. We're damn near an hour into this video, and I've yet to mention that. Make sure you guys are liking the video and subscribing. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. Yeah, and this is one of those things. Like, I don't have an issue where we, sort of view things a little different. As long as we keep it respectful, it's all good. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, let's keep it pushing.
With them, and Trump himself maintains an open line of communication to Bannon. I think it's fair to say that Bannon represents, the id of the MAGA movement, and Donald Trump always likes to stay in touch with that id.
What exactly do you guys think that y'all ain't gonna do nothing to none of these guys? You're not, right? You're not. Please stop threatening these guys. You ain't gonna do nothing, right? So stop it. Cut it out. Just cut it out, right? Cut it, because if you really was gonna do something, you wouldn't be coming out announcing it. You're just trying to get these people scared. Cut it out, right? Try to live your life. Go, get a farm somewhere and, plant your food and occupy yourself. I don't know. Go kick rocks for fun or something. You ain't gonna do nothing. You understand me? Joe Biden is 80-something years old. Come on, man. Bro, stop it, bro. Cut it out, bro.
So when Bannon is running off this list of people that he wants to destroy, he wants to have them all in prison, does he have a methodology for doing this? And again, why this is important is if we have people who are not elected, but have outsized influence in an incoming administration who can simply say, I don't like this person, and pull the levers of power and have people thrown into jail, that is a dangerous authoritarian state. So how does he think he's going to do this? I mean, he's not AG, right? He's not going to have a department position. So how does he think he's going to throw Joe Biden in jail? How does he think he's going to extra double down jail for Hunter Biden? How does he plan to do or enact the revenge that he talked to you about in his interview?
I mean, I think it's pretty clear how he intends for that to happen. He intends for that to happen via Donald Trump. This isn't just Steve Bannon saying this. I mean, Donald Trump has called for the investigation or
and this is why he's saying these things, right? Because he has a battery in his back. Because his cult leader is saying it. So because his cult leader is saying it, he's saying it as well. Because guess what? Now his guy is actually the guy who is the president-elect. So of course he's going to sit up there and double down and triple down. Because now he can say these things and not have to worry about being prosecuted or being tried or anything coming up against him, because now his guy is the one that's in charge. Be humble. Calm that down. Take it easy, right? Be humble. Okay? That's it. That's all I'm trying to say to you. Just take it easy a little bit. Take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Right? And just move on. Please. For everyone's sake.
of everyone from, Jack Smith to the Seltzer, the pollster in Iowa the other day. He was calling for the investigation of her for political, information warfare. I mean, Trump himself has talked about prosecuting his enemies. And so the idea that Bannon is endorsing this is he's really a voice in the choir rather than somebody out there alone.
I want to play you some sound of some of Bannon's promises of the people he's going to go after and get your thoughts on the other side.
I think Mark Milley has to be recalled to active duty on the afternoon of the 20th. And I think a military tribunal, a court-martial, has to be called, right, impaneled, a court-martial. And Mark Milley has to be brought up on charges in court-martial.
We're going to burn some of these institutions down to the ground because you know why? They need to be burned down to the ground. Metaphorically. The Justice Department's getting swept out. The FBI is getting swept out. You people suck, okay? And now you're going to pay the price.
So this is Bannon's tearing down the state rhetoric. He's been doing this for 10, 15 years now. That's not entirely new. He may see his dream come true. Did he express to you in this interview what he thinks any of these institutions should be replaced with? I mean, for example, if you don't like the FBI because they investigated Trump, the FBI also investigates domestic terrorism. The FBI also investigates international crime. The FBI also investigates gun running. So when he says tear down these institutions, does he just want to build them back up, or does he just think they should be gone because the state and bureaucracy are too big?
Well, I think that
it sounds kind of Project 2025-y, don't he? Like that these things that are being that are being said by this guy. It sounds very Project 2025, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know what it sounds like to you guys, but it's what it sounds like to me. I'm not telling you that's what it should sound like to you, but me just listening to this guy and these people speak, that's exactly what it is that it sounds like. I hope that everyone watching this video is able to survive these next 4 years and thrive beyond. Honestly, I really, really hope so.
Whatever Steve Bannon might want to do, I think that what is more likely to happen is that people who are loyal to Trump, unquestionably loyal to Trump, are going to be placed in control of these institutions. We've seen reporting today that Chris Wray, the FBI director, is likely to be forced out, fired as soon as Trump becomes president, perhaps replaced by Kash Patel, who is a frequent guest on Steve Bannon's show. there's similarly at the Justice Department, it's not just Matt Gaetz who's there, sort of sailing under the radar is Donald Trump's whole criminal defense team, who are many of them qualified federal prosecutors, former federal prosecutors, but nonetheless people who have been working for the past couple of years to make sure that Donald Trump didn't serve any time in prison and was able to get away with it. So really what we're seeing is a new sort of cadre of folks being put into positions of power.
I have to ask this because I think it's really, really, really crucial. Bannon has people who he has established loyalty with because they have appeared on his podcast and because they are sort of kinfolk ideologically. But we have seen, and again, this is not palace intrigue, this is just practical. We have seen that Bannon was pushed out of the previous administration. Is he more aligned with this second Trump administration than the first? So is he likely to be more powerful now than he was the first time? Is he going to be a voice that's going to be listened to and seen less as a threat, but more as a guidepost this time around than he was before?
I mean, let's think about who was in the White House when Bannon was pushed out, John Kelly, and others, sort of people who consider themselves to be institutionalists who wanted to kind of cut down on the chaos that surrounded Bannon and others at all times in the White House during the first 6 or 8 months of the first administration. I think it's fairly clear whose side Donald Trump is on, or who it's been resolved. Where Donald Trump is going to cast his lot. He's going to cast his lot with the bomb throwers, and so in that respect, Steve Bannon is somebody who is a voice that Trump listens to. He's a voice that shapes opinion on the right, and so therefore somebody that is worth paying attention to.
If there is one hallmark.
This is what I'm saying, guys. We got to wake up. I'm not going to be, hanging around for too much longer. I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys who did decide to hang around with me. Make sure you guys are actually liking the video as well. I don't know what was so difficult for you guys. Just double tap the screen. But yeah, it was this was very eye-opening. And I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys that decided to tune in. Again, this isn't even something where I didn't really want to go back down this rabbit hole and talk about this stuff too much, right? But it is something that's affecting the entire country. And also, every time I try to talk about something else, you just keep pulling me back, right? So yeah, we're going to be doing content. We're going to be doing different types of content. We're not just going to be talking about what's happening with Trump because yeah, life does go on. Absolutely, it does. But at the same time, we still have to stand up for what it is that we believe in. Where's your backbone? And it, it's just one of those things. Like, what do you stand for? You understand what I'm saying? That person that was asking me those questions earlier, about why I don't just accept it and this, that, and the third. Nah, that's not how these things work. These things don't work like that, brother. Somebody says, go back to Africa. Where are you from? Because, yeah, while some of my ancestors are African, the vast majority of them, some of my ancestors are also native to the Americas, my guy. Yeah? Yeah? How you like that? Hunter Stram. Now you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to block you for being racist. Yeah? And I'm going to get so much pleasure out of doing that, Hunter. I'm going to block you. You're not going to ever get to see this podcast again. And I may be doing you a favor. But it's the absolute least that I could do. Because you're not welcome here on this podcast, sir. You're not welcome here to do anything that it is that we have going on in this community. Huh? So yeah, enjoy your ban. Go back into oblivion. Right? And we move. What else? Why don't you attempt to gain some knowledge by researching what you're listening to? Says Mama. You're right, mama. You're right. I should. Thank you for that. Very insightful. And I appreciate it. You're asleep. You aren't reading anything. Get informed, dude. Man, you sound angry, Christian. Kirsten. You sound very angry. You sound very upset. You're asleep. You aren't reading anything. Get informed, dude. Okay, you're right. You're right. Calm down, no. It's okay. Right? Life goes on. It's all right. I already reported Thomas. All this coming to light. Heads are going to roll. Yes. Figuratively, of course. Metaphorically, of course, is the way how you meant it. Of course, we know that. But yeah, we can't just go off into a corner and just like curl up and just cry and just no. Stand up for what it is that you still believe in. Where's your willpower? Where's your spirit? Come on, guys. Right? This is exactly what it is I'm talking about. So when I say stay woke, right? This is exactly what it is we're talking about, right? Well, I didn't say that. Childish Gambino said that, but that was a pretty damn good song. If you guys haven't heard it, stay woke. Go listen to that song. But yeah, don't fall asleep, because when you fall asleep, that's when they could just sneak around in your house in the darkness, right? While you don't even know that they're there. And then when you wake up in the morning and all your piggy bank's gone, right? And your safe is gone and all your sneakers are gone, they could tell you anything. But if you're awake and alert, right? They can't tell you because you know it's them that did it. You get me? Hey, Christian, if you're going to come here and you're going to just troll and just blah, blah, blah and do all of that in the chat, trust me when I tell you, typing that sort of stuff in this chat, I have a zero time. I know I look like I'm a nice person. I get it. I know I look like I'm a nice person, right? But I have a zero tolerance for trolling. Well, no, if it's funny, it's cool. Like if it's a troll, but it's funny, it's cool. And I laugh about it, cool, right? But when you're trolling and you're spamming at the same time, like that blah, blah, blah comment, what we're going to do is we're just going to ban you, right? So have a good one, okay? It was nice knowing you. It really was. It's a pleasure to meet you, right? But move on. Someone says, wow, you're a paid bot. This is what Joyce said. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I am a paid bot. Yeah, right. Paid by whom, though? Who's paying this bot? Right? Who's paying this bot? I never received the money for. I got to find out where my money at, because I never received no money from nobody to do this. So I got to find out what's going on. Who's supposed to be paying me to say these things? Why am I not getting my money? Fuck out of here. Ah, man. I've watched this guy talks for 5 minutes. Now he hasn't said a damn thing, says John Amland. Oh, you mad, John? You big mad, aren't you? The states dictate the cities. I need him to be commander of the military and protect us. Okay. Suck on this L. You sound stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna ban you for sounding stupid. Bye. See you later. Bye. It's cool, bro. Look, we chilling, man. We chilling. We're having a good time. I'm having a good time. I know some of you guys, especially the people that were here earlier on, they're having a good time. If you guys don't want to receive this wisdom, it's okay, guys. There's plenty of other YouTube pages that you guys can go and watch. I ain't tripping. There's plenty of people in this world. Look, I ain't tripping. You ain't gotta like nothing that I say. But I'm still gonna speak the truth, whether you like it or not. Stay woke. Oh, nah, this is my favorite one. Hold on. Crypto. No. The truth gon' hurt you. Ooh, the truth gon' hurt you. Yeah. This is a paid bot. He's a bot that's paid to be a bot. The bot's being paid. well, who's paying the bot? Because I didn't get my check yet. I need to get my check. I need to know what's going on. So if you guys know something that I don't know about who's paying me or who should be paying me, yeah, guys, we need to get on that, okay? Anyway, I did say I was going to leave like a while ago. So what I'm going to do is, someone says MAGA, bro. Right on, man. Totally. He can't think of anything else to say, says Zodiac Mac. Okay. What's the convo about? Victor, says Victor. Convo's about to end. Now we get dumbbells nowadays coming out of the woodwork. Love how they show just how dumb they are. Laugh out loud. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Give your mom for messing up your hair. Shut up, Bill. Don't talk about people's moms. What does anybody's mom has to do with any of this stuff, man? Don't talk about no one's mom. Shut up. Somebody with the monkey emojis. Yeah, you got banned. Okay. Go back and hang out with the monkeys if that's what you want to do. Ignoring people roasting him, says Jack Powell. You think I give a damn about what y'all think? You think I give a damn about what you think? Oh, man. Jack attack, bro. You really think I'd give a damn about what you think about me, Jack? Jack, look at me, Jack. Do you think that I lack confidence about how I feel about myself, Jack? Ask yourself that question. Jack? Huh? Mr. Powell. Mr. Jack Powell. You think I give a damn about what it is that you think about me, Mr. Jack Powell? You don't know me very much. You might have seen me on the street, but you don't know me. When you speak in the chat, remember you don't know me. Save all that hating and the politicking, you don't know me. Jack, you don't know me like that, brody. You heard? You don't know me like that, Jack. I give a damn about what it is that they saying. Someone says she raised a beta male. Okay, cool, fair enough. All right, Jack, Mr. Alpha Male behind the keyboard. Why don't you show your face? All right, matter of fact, add me on Instagram. Add me on Instagram, Jack. Send me an Instagram friend request, right? Maybe I could at least show you how to be a male. Maybe I could at least show you how to be a male, Jack. Huh? How about that? Because it's so easy to be anonymous behind your little keyboard and then you type, oh, I'm going to send mean messages to him. Oh, yeah, this will get him. Oh, yeah, he's a beta male. Jack, your daddy's a beta male. Yeah. Yeah, Jack. Yeah. Your daddy's a beta male. Yeah? And guess what, Jack? I could teach you a thing or two about how to be a man, Jack. I could teach you a thing or two about having a backbone and standing up for what you believe in, Jack. Jack attack. Get out of here, man. If I got to keep roasting you, bye. Peace. See you later. Just like that, your dumbass got banned. I love it. Look, man, if this is ruffling feathers, then you're part of the problem. So, yes, we want to ruffle your feathers. Your feathers ought to be ruffled. Yes, good. This is exactly what it is that we need. We need this. We gotta give a damn about you, bro. Like, yeah, I'm not. Look, you're not gonna make. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of anything. I've been in very pressurized situations before, right? Have any of you guys ever been in a situation where you had somebody ready to take your life? I've been in that situation before. So I know how I would react and respond in a situation like that. So if you haven't been in a situation like that, just leave me alone, right? Just leave me alone. I don't want any problems. You understand what I'm saying? But you're not going to intimidate me. You're not going to make me feel little. You're not going to make me feel small by the things that you said. Because the things that I've survived that got me to this point, sir, way more than these little Twitter fingers. This is these little internet fingers, right? And these little things that you guys are typing. I'm okay with that because I'm cool with the truth, right? I'm okay with it. And if you want to roast, just be prepared to get it back. I ain't got a problem with it. It's cool. It's okay, right? But a real man is going to stand up for what it is that he believes in. Yes, that's what he does. So it doesn't matter what it is that you feel about that, Jack. It doesn't matter what you feel about it. And if it makes you feel sensitive about it and you mad, oh, you big mad, you're a part of the problem. So it's okay. I'm glad you feel how you feel. Thank you. And I appreciate you helping out the algorithm. And I appreciate the, 40 people that subscribed. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys that subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, right? And we're going to keep this going, right? So anyone that doesn't like what it is that we're saying, that's cool too. I'm all right with that, right? Someone says, trans Whoopi has me dead. Okay. Are you? Oh, that's directed to her. Oh, that was supposed to hurt my feelings. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Bye. Someone says Timo microphone. Oh, and proud of it. I'm so proud of my microphone. Yeah. Whether I got it from Timo, Remo, Remo, or Reno, I paid for it, young man. I paid for it. I ain't get it for free. I paid for it. Yeah? Yeah? And some of y'all talking about my hair and trans Whoopi. Oh yeah, look. I bet you wish you had hair like this. I bet you're bald. I bet you ain't got no hairline. I guarantee you ain't got no hairline. Huh? So I get it. You're jealous. It is what it is. It's just words. Right? From cowards behind a keyboard. What else you got to say? Thank you so much, Sherry Ann, for subscribing. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, we had quite a bit of subscribers tonight, guys. We had quite a bit of subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, I appreciate that. And you know what's crazy? I probably banned like 7 people already. And I'm going to look for some more people that I'm going to ban as well. He says, I'm only a little bald. I knew you were bald. I know you were bald. It is what it is. Look, it doesn't make you any more or less of a man for being bald. But don't get jealous from somebody else who got hair and you don't, right? And talk about their hair. Don't do that. It's cool. Everybody got their thing. Look, Michael Jordan's bald. Right? Didn't stop him from being great. LeBron is bald. Stone Cold Steve Austin is bald. Right? Didn't stop these guys from being great. You can be great. Believe in yourself, man. Come on, man. Don't try to get at me because I got hair and you don't. You ain't gonna make me feel bad because I got a good hairline and good hair genes. Don't do that. Don't be mad at me because I could grow a hair and a beard. Come on, bro. It's not fair. But either way, I don't give a damn what you think. Right? So yeah, let's get. I'm only looking for the bad comments or the comments of people that are trying to get under my skin. Let's all have a laugh together. Let's all do this. If they were cute, they wouldn't be hating so hard. LMAO, the sign of some real insecure men. Insecure ain't the word. Some dude called me trans Whoopi Goldberg. that was a little funny. But yeah, why? Because I have nice dreadlocks, thick dreadlocks. Some dude called me a beta male. Like I give a damn. He ain't even a male. Right? But yeah, people are talking trash. It is what it is. I don't give a look. I will laugh directly in your face. Haha, we could laugh together. How about it? Let's have at it. Let's laugh together. Show me exactly how insecure you are. Go ahead. Get it off your chest. I love it. Get it off your chest. Please ban Thomas if you haven't already. He was really, really freaky. Thomas, I haven't seen Thomas. You know what's crazy? None of my mods are in tonight. I don't understand what that is. What's going on tonight? Thomas. I haven't seen Thomas. Who's Thomas? I don't see a Thomas. But if Thomas is being... again, I'm a Republican, and this is fun. Laugh out loud, says Main Arbor. Yeah, it is what it is. Look, man, shout outs to the real Republicans that are real Republicans. You know what I mean? These people that are in this cult, get them off my feed, get them off my live. I don't rock out with them, and I never will. Yeah, I never will. He's being sarcastic, dude. Can we just talk about the purpose of this channel and not other people and like how much you don't care, says John Boyer. Well, we were, but if somebody's going to give me some energy, be prepared to take it back. I don't have a problem. This is fun to me. This is fun to me, guys. Right? So if you're going to say something and call somebody names and all of that sort of stuff, then we're going to laugh together. What's wrong with me having a laughing session? After all, even though we got the important stuff out of it, you do your homework first, and then you have fun after you do your homework, right? After you do your homework, you have fun. So yeah, we're going to have our little roasting session. So go ahead, guys. Say what it is that you want to say. We're going to get into it. I've seen people put up monkey emojis. Some guy told me to go back to Africa. Some Minuteman told me to go back to Africa. When, yes, the vast majority of my ancestors are African, but some of my ancestors are actually from here in the Americas as well. So that's really ironic that you would tell me to go back to Africa. That's crazy to me, but it is what it is. And we move. Listen, I see a lot of people trying to work you up, and they're succeeding. You're getting very worked up listening when someone gets worked up when they're supposed to be speaking the truth. It's false. Okay, look, if that's what you want to believe, it's cool. It doesn't matter here nor there, Matt Farley. Thank you so much for sharing and getting that off your chest. You really think I'm worked up? That's fine. And we move. That whoopee shit takes the cake. Caleb, you're still on that, right? You love that whippy line, don't you? Good. Timo D-word shaped microphone. I love it. I love it. That's what came to your mind when you saw the microphone, huh? I love my microphone. I don't give a good goddamn. Guess what? Guess who paid for it? Me. Wait, who wants to talk about how broken the cabinet was in 2022? Specifically Samuel Brenton and the women's luggage. Look, not as broken as this cabinet is right now, and the ones that he's selecting right now. This one takes the cake, and you know it. You absolutely know it. Right? So don't try to go and make this about Joe Biden. Joe Biden's the guy that's leaving the office right now. Your guy is selecting all types of people that are just involved in some of the craziest things. Right? So yeah, let's focus on that. Let's focus on the present and the future, right? Joe Biden is on his way out. We ain't focused on Joe Biden no more. We're focused on what's happening and what's ahead. All right? So yeah, no reparations for you, victim. He's just a victim. Yeah, daddy's a victim. Get out of here. Bye. Of course, bringing up racist things, always playing victim. What's the racist things? Oh, you talking about when I said that people, somebody in this chat put up some monkey emojis? Oh, or when, yeah, and I spoke about that. And when the guy from here told me to go back to Africa, and I actually spoke the truth on that. This is me playing victim. Yeah, you're stupid. Bye. I hate how people think you should be stoic as people openly insult you. You're human. You should be allowed to react. Look, it is what it is. I'm going to say what I need to say directly back to them. I don't have an issue with that. Yeah, we are all human. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, I've been in pressurized situation. And what's crazy about this is what they don't understand. Is what this does is it really ignites a fire, right? And the fire that it ignites is this. It shows me that I'm on the right path and I'm doing exactly what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, right? Whenever people throw insults, whenever people, whatever it is that they're doing to you, it's really an exchange of energy. They don't understand what this is that's energy. Energy is something that can't be created nor destroyed. So whenever you're giving me energy, feeling as if it's negative energy, really what it is that you're doing is you're lighting an even more flame to the fire that's burning in my soul. So I love it. Let's keep it going, right? Let's absolutely keep it going. Because you know what? It's just going to make me do this even more. This is going to make me talk about it even more. I'm going to bring you back here, right? We're going to talk about you. If you mention something about my hair, I'm going to talk about your hairline, because chances are you ain't got no hair, because if you had hair, you wouldn't be talking about someone else's hairline, right? Someone talking about trans Whoopi Goldberg. Well, maybe you're into that kind of stuff. Maybe this is probably not the right channel where you're going to see that. Maybe, right? So you're basically just showing me who it is that you are. I don't have no issue with it, right? So my thing is this. You have to understand that everybody, when people throw insults, I've seen people, man. I've had a guy, I've known a guy that he was a part of my the podcasting group that I had over there on Facebook. And I remember one day he reached out to me and he hit me up and he was like, man, like pretty much almost crying, right? A Republican, by the way, but I'm not going to get into who he is or any of that sort of stuff. And he pretty much reached out to me crying, man. And he was like, man, these people are saying so many mean things to me. And, you know, they're calling me fat and they're saying this and they're saying that, right? Telling me that sort of stuff. So it's like, I see where these things could, and of course I offered him words of encouragement, you know, tell him to keep going, focus on what it is that he's doing, let him know that he's doing the right thing. But it's things like that, right? Where, you know, people say these things in order to get under your skin. But I've heard pretty much everything negative in my life, right? So what is it that you could actually say to me to bring me down? Nothing. Absolutely nothing, right? As long as you don't make no threats against my life, we cool. It is what it is. As long as you don't say something too disrespectful. And if you say something that's extremely disrespectful, that's just completely uncalled for, I just ban your dumb ass. And we just keep it moving, right? But not for somebody, look, and I'm not going to sit up here and pretend as if words don't have power, because yes, words do have power, right? But when you're someone that realizes that, yeah, those words that came out of that individual's mouth, or on that, in this case, their keyboard, those are negative words. But before those negative words infiltrate the way how I feel about myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert it to energy that can't be created nor destroyed. Either I'm going to hold up a mirror so that you could look directly into your own soul, right? Or I'm going to take that energy and it's just going to amplify me, and it's just going to galvanize me, and it's just going to motivate me even more, right? I come from generations and generations of people who people have thrown negative energy towards, and they don't understand that it's energy, that you take that negative energy and you turn it into something positive. And that's the energy that propels you to the next level. So whenever people are doing and saying all of these nasty, negative, mean things, what do? Oh, I'll get up here and troll them back. But energy can't be created nor destroyed. So one thing I will say, thank you for the energy. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. Each and every single one of you. We're just going to end it off on that note. This is not a traditional stream. It just goes to show you I'm not being paid by any party. I say what it is that I want. I get it off my chest, and it is what it is, right? So thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. I feel like this is the fourth time I've said bye. This is, I don't want to leave, but I gotta go right now. John Boyer, I didn't ban you. I didn't ban you? Oh, you're banned. Okay, there you go. John Boyer, there you go. One for the road. Have a good one, everyone. Take care. I'll be back. Not tomorrow. Not today. If I'm posting something, it's not going to be about politics. But I might post a video, but I'll be back the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow. Like Monday tomorrow. So have a good one, guys. Take care.